It was actually a very busy day today. We didn't expect to quite have as intense a thunderstorm. We thought a few scattered strong severe thunderstorms would develop. We thought maybe one or two brief tornadoes, but the thunderstorm that did develop was a monster of a storm, had baseball-sized hail, had winds in excess of 80 miles an hour, and had several tornadoes with it as well. Myself and Storm Chase photographer Doug Black went out after this storm. We got out just north of Pampa. This is to the north and northeast of Pampa, and this is the second tornado that formed, and it did stay on the ground for about 4 minutes, and you can see a very well-defined center of circulation down on the ground. That classifies it as a bona fide tornado, and just out over open field, so it just kicked up a lot of dust and dirt, but the problem was the track of the storm took it down straight to the south, and Pampa was dead in its sights, passing just to the east. And the problem was, as the storm got farther south, it was a very difficult situation because storms like this get precipitation, rain wrapped around them. Now, there's a tornado in there. You saw the lightning strike. The tornado is just to the left of the lightning strike. It is a tornado. It is on the ground, but you can barely see it because the rain curtains have wrapped all the way around it. It makes it an extremely dangerous and difficult situation for storm chasers and also just the general public because you don't know that tornado's there until it's literally right on your doorstep. Wow. And you can see the tornado make a brief appearance. And this was probably one of several tornadoes that developed just to the north of Highway 60, and Highway 60 is just on the left-hand side of your screen here, and from there, that's where we saw the damage. We went down Highway 60 toward Pampa, and we saw one house that had trees around it that were just beat all down, but also the house itself had an extraordinary amount of damage. Storm Chase photographer Doug Black is going to zoom in on the house here, and you get a closer look at it, and actually our reporter Cale Steed will have more on the story about this house as well, but also trucks blown over the side of the road. In addition to that, there was a couple of semi-trucks that blew over on I-40 as well with straight-line winds as that storm approached McLean. So it was a busy night. Thankfully, things are quieting down, but that's exactly why when we say seek shelter, sometimes you can't see that tornado coming, and when we say seek shelter, we really do mean it.
And it's, you know, those things, they do so much damage, but they're so beautiful at the same time. It's such an...
It's Mother Nature at her worst, but also it's just beautiful images as well. But you have to remember that there's so much power behind that as well. You have to take it and be extra careful and give it a lot of respect.
All right. Thank you, Brian.
You bet.
All right.